only on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 15 in our 20 from the Nintendo Entertainment System series. This game was created by a company called Complie and licensed to Irem and Broderbund in 1988. It is the first sequel to a game called Gartic, which was on the MSX, and it is related to the Aleste series of shoot-'em-ups. This game is called The Guardian Legend, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. It is a hybrid of an exploration game in kind of the overhead almost perspective and a shoot-'em-up, and it is really, really well done. This game has fantastic music. I just love the music to this game. And the action is really, really well done. Most of the game is of the exploration sequences. And in those, you go from room to room, but the rooms don't scroll over until you reach the edges. And the shoot-'em-up sequences happen once you reach a corridor and are able to enter it, and you control this android, or they call it an aerobot, and that is the guardian of the title, and it's female. She can turn into a spaceship, and her goal is to destroy an alien world called Naju that is on its way to Earth, and it is teeming with hostile life forms. And to start the game off, you're automatically in a space shooting sequence. You can have rapid fire shooting just by holding down the fire button. We are not going to do a playthrough of this game because that would take way too damn long. This game is super long, very involving, very fun. You will get hit a lot by the enemies. Don't worry, that's just going to happen. But one thing you definitely want to do is that if you notice, when you shoot a number of enemies, eventually they will release this flashing light, and that light will eventually become a capsule. Shoot that capsule, that one that I just passed, and it will often be an energy recovery icon. And you will lose energy as you get shot or collide with enemies. And you will see that your energy is in numerical digits. And there's also a life meter that diminishes. But you see it at the bottom left. It says 9 right now. Or is that 3? No, that's 3. But as you collect those energy icons, there's a flashing one right there. It's right on top of an enemy. Oh, I got a little energy back. As you collect those icons, you will get some energy back. Sometimes you'll get just a little energy back, and sometimes you'll get a lot of energy back. It depends on the energy recovery symbol that you will see. If it is just a blue or red dot, you won't get much back. If it's a heart, you will get more back. Or if it is an energy tank, you will get it refilled all the way back. And the boss in this area is a bunch of these hatches that open and close, and you need to shoot them when they open. And once you've destroyed them all, then that's the end of the first boss. And you can start going to the exploration scene after this. And now you're inside the planet. And this first scene tells you the backstory. And it's this person that tried to activate the self-destruct device, and they failed. So now that's up to you. There will be some hint rooms in some of the areas. And like I said, you move from room to room, or area to, room to room, and the room doesn't scroll over until you reach the edge. Now note that these things that I shot make these black holes appear. You can go through those freely, but most of the time those are going to have holes for keys that you need to collect. And there are a total of 7 keys that you can collect in this game. Whoops! Watch out for those Oreos, or I call them Oreos. They take forever to kill and they are damaging, at least early in the game. And in some rooms, these gumdrop guys, or these already been chewed gumballs, some of the rooms will have special capsules that you can shoot and pick up certain things. And there I collected some chips. Now, the chip icons, which are blue or red, and there I picked up a blue chip, are the currency in the Guardian Legend. And there will be shops. And this is a mini-boss. Once in a while, you'll go into a room with a mini-boss. It'll take a lot of shots to bring down. And if you can defeat him, you'll get something special. And there I got, I think, my first weapon of the game. Now, weapons you can fire by pressing the A button. And those are special weapons, and you can collect them 2 more times to give them the maximum firepower. And yeah, when you hear that noise, you've gotten an additional number for your life meter. And you can get that at certain point values: 30,000, 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, or 9 million. And there is the very incomplete map. And you see I only have 3 weapons, 3 special weapons. There is a chip maximum of 50 right now, which is the amount of chips that I have. And again, that's your currency. Some of the hint rooms will tell you a certain way that you need to open the hatch to be able to enter the corridor and do the shoot 'em up sequences. Sometimes there will be icons that will have 3 arrows on them, and the icons with the 3 arrows will make your shot wider and faster. And the trick to opening this corridor is shooting enough. Sometimes you will need to touch the corners of that corridor to be able to enter the corridor. Sometimes you just need to shoot certain places or something. There will be some tricks sometimes that you have to pull off to be able to go into the corridor. Some of the enemies in these shoot 'em up sequences are pretty easy. Some of them are brutally hard. If you die, do not despair. It's gonna happen. You'll have to do the flying sequence again, but you'll keep your score. And like I said before, you can increase your score, and at certain point values, you'll be able to earn an additional digit for your life meter. The maximum of your life meter can be 32. And you can pick up certain gun icons that will increase your offensive firepower strength. You can also pick up certain shield icons that will increase your defensive strength. There are a total of 7 maximum shield icons that you can have, and a total of 5 maximum rapid fire icons that you can have, which is those 3 arrows I was talking about. You can have a maximum of 4 gun icons. This game is really, really, really long and involving. If I didn't mention, you have rapid fire capability, and you can hold down the fire button and you will continuously shoot. And the more of those 3 arrow icons you can pick up, you can just waylay your enemies with a steady stream of rapid fire, and it's really awesome. Some of these enemies take a lot of bullets to kill. Eventually you will come across a special weapon called Enemy Eraser, or EE, and that is a smart bomb, and it can take out all weak enemies on the screen at once. And it might be able to take out their projectiles too, increasing the chances of you getting a capsule that will yield a energy recovery icon when shot. Ouch. It's a good idea to just non-stop throughout the game pretty much hold down the rapid fire, or at least when enemies are on the screen, but there's constantly going to be enemies on the screen in the game. So just fire away. And here is a fish boss, and he shoots missiles from his mouth. As I said before, don't fret if you die. I'm gonna let myself die just so you can see what it's like. You just blow up, and you get this very somber music. But I'm gonna do it right this time. There's gonna be stretches in the game where the game seems super easy, and enemies just are toast when facing your firepower. And then there's going to be other moments when you're like, God, I thought I was so strong. What the hell happened? I got my ass kicked. The game is just kind of like that. But it's still a whole hell of a lot of fun. Just make sure you keep your eyes open for those flashing indicators of a capsule just about to be left behind. And then you need to go shoot it and get your energy recovered. And there's that capsule there. I used to own Guardian Legend, and I just played the hell out of it. I love it. I think it's a fantastic exploration and shoot-'em-up hybrid. And there I got a new key. There will be 7 different keys, and you won't be able to go into certain doors if you don't have those keys. There's a crescent moon, there's a hook, there's a wave symbol. It looks to me like ramen noodles. It's squiggles. There's a square, there's a plus symbol, there's a triangle, and there's a rectangle. And there will be certain rooms where this creature called the Blue Lander can give you a password. It's a long password though. And note that I have 4 special weapons now. It is, I think, 32 symbols long. It's really annoying, kind of like the River City Ransom passwords. I'll just put in a whole bunch of Ks. Why not? K, took my baby away. Wrong word. It's not a legitimate password. That's okay. But that's how you put in the passwords. And you put it in from the title screen. There was a 3 arrow icon that I picked up that'll make my shot more rapid fire and possibly more widespread. And here is a lobster or crayfish boss. Yeah, you can seem like you're doing really, really well, and then all of a sudden a boss just kicks your butt. Don't touch the boss. They're far more damaging than their projectiles. There, I died again. That's okay. It'll say game over, and then you'll start over back, I think at the start of the area, not at the start of the corridor, where you did the flying sequences, but at the start of the area that you went into. And here's the shop. And there will be 3 different items that this blue lander can sell you. And if you have enough chips and you touch that item, then that's it. You can't go into that shop anymore, which sucks. There is the full map. That is all the areas. And that's 7 shields, a maximum of 7 shields, and a maximum of 4 guns that you can collect to increase your defense and offense. And we're going to look at all the special weapons that you can pick up. And you can use them, almost all of them, in both the on-foot and space shooting sequences. For much of the game, I don't use the special weapons. They can have some good use for some of the bosses. And sometimes you will need to use a special weapon in order to open up the hatch for the corridor to be able to get in and do the shooting sequences. And there is one of the special items or special weapons that can only be used in the shoot 'em up sequences. But we're just going to look at all the special weapons, or we just did. That is the EE, the enemy eraser. I love that. It's like a smart bomb. And here is one of the mini-boss sequences where the mini-boss will give you a special item if you can destroy it. You don't have to participate in this fight. When you see those green walls form, you can back out before they close in on or close you off. I'm in trouble here. It's really worth your while to try to beat the mini-boss. If you can't, then, well, I don't know, maybe farm some enemies until you can get your life meter filled back up, or maxed out, or maxed up. But the special items that they can give you, and there I got a new chip maximum, are really worth it. And you can get it through the red lander icon or the blue lander icon. And that's the creature's name, the Lander. Kind of goofy looking character. It's been in a number of games in, I think, the Aleste series. And to open that corridor, you have to touch all the corners. There's various tricks to open the corridor for a number of corridors. Not all of them have special tricks, but a number of them do. Eventually, the enemies get pretty heavy, and they all shoot a lot of projectiles. It's really, really, really difficult. You are gonna take some damage in this game. There's just no frickin' doubt about it. There's just so many projectiles, but using those EEs are awesome. And there I purchased some from the shop. Using the EEs are, like I said, smart bombs. And if you run out, there's opportunities to get more. And here's another boss. I think we saw this fish earlier, yeah. And this time he's red, and he takes a lot more shots to bring down. Some of the bosses will repeat. Some of the bosses will give you keys, some of them will not. But there is a total of 7 keys. Yeah, I really loved this game when I owned it. I still like it. It's very involving. If you purchased an item in a shop, you can only purchase that item. Then anytime you go back to the shop, the lander just says, "Any luck?" It's kind of lame. You can only visit the shop once. We're just seeing clips of the game. That was me beating Corridor 2. And once you collect a new key, then you'll see other areas open up. And on the map, there will be an icon that reveals where you're at, and there will be an icon that shows where the corridors are, where you need to defeat the bosses. And like I said, there's icons that have 3 arrow symbols on them, and they will increase the speed of your rapid fire and may make it wider. And there was a hint that we just saw about how to open one of the corridors. On one of them you just have to wait a long time and then it'll open. I hate those things that split off into a whole bunch of dots that follow you. They are a pain in the ass. But if you have a whole bunch of EEs, enemy erasers, in your inventory, you can use one and make them all blow up. EEs are great. We'll look at me beating this boss. And this boss is actually fairly easy. He shoots a bunch of missiles, and you can shoot those missiles and make energy recovery icons appear. And there, I beat that boss. Yeah, if I were to do a playthrough of this game, it would take like hours. This game is so long and involving, but I love it. And like I said, this is part of or related to the Aleste series of games, and there's a shield icon. And this was a sequel to a game called Gardic, which was released on the MSX in 1986. And this boss, oh, I hate this boss, but I was able to beat him. He shoots out these long strips of seaweed, I guess, and there I got another key. And it's super damaging, that seaweed or whatever it is that he releases. Just love the music to this game. So much fun. But there's a ton of different corridors. There's, I think, 2 corridors to each area. And there I got an energy tank which recovers all my energy. There's another hint room on how to open the corridor. Yeah, those Oreo guys take a long time to destroy. Don't bother with them. And this guy you have to ask repeatedly, this Blue Lander, how to open the corridor. Just keep going back and forth, and then eventually he'll tell you, I see you are trying hard, so I will remove it. Well, actually, he removes it himself. If you didn't see him, you wouldn't be able to go in there. And here's another boss. This one has a couple of pinchers, and he will fire a damaging laser. Eventually those pinchers will break off, and then he'll just fire lasers over and over and over and over again. Try not to get hit by those lasers. I'm skipping to another boss. A number of the bosses will repeat. You'll see the fish a couple times. You'll see the guy with pinchers a couple times. This dragon is totally unique. And there you can see that I'm close to completing the full map. And here's another hint on how to remove a seal. These ice cubes are indestructible, I believe. But if you have the EE, you can destroy them all with one zap. And there'll be at least 1 or 2 energy recovery icons. Ooh, there's 4 of them. Nice. And I got some more EEs back. And then this is corridor 5. And I think this told me to just kind of fire around the room. Eventually I'll be able to open up the seal. Or maybe I just had to wait. Forgot what they told me. But there's just various... There, okay, I had to fire a certain way or something. There's often just some sort of trick. But this time I'm going to face this boss with the seaweed. And I'm going to use... I used my special weapon, Fireball. And yeah, there's strength increases to your special weapons. It can go up to a maximum of 3, a third increase. The first level will be blue, the second level it will be green, the third level it'll be purple, and that's its strongest when it's purple. This is Corridor 6. And this is a flying bat type of boss. It shoots missiles. It'll later on become a sub-boss or a mini-boss in one of those rooms that have the alert sound and close off the walls. And I'm getting real close to completing the map here. I've got all the special weapons. Some of the enemies have predictable patterns and some don't. Some of the enemies in the rooms are super easy. Some of them are super hard. Some of them cannot be destroyed. There's another hint on how to open the hatch to a corridor. And some of the corridors you will need to use a special weapon on. You know, the weapon that you use when you press A. And it might be a specific special weapon. And you might have to go back and forth into a room over and over again in order to open the hatch. Note the flora and fungi theme on some of these stages, or some of these corridors. And this is a super easy boss. It's a collection of giant eyeballs, and it spits little eyeballs out at you. And these enemies are weak enough for you to use the enemy erasers on. You just have to... I don't know why I didn't have to shoot that last eyeball there, but whatever. But that's an easy boss. And sometimes you'll come across one of those bosses in a special room, or a mini boss, and they'll be just so frickin' hard you'll get your ass kicked. Don't despair, but do try to come back if you can help it, and try to beat that mini boss to get some special item. Now this is a creepy looking boss. He shoots eyeballs, and eventually he'll lose eyeballs on his body. See, he's lost a couple. But those eyeballs, you can use the EEs on, and eventually he'll turn orange and shoot a ton more. But you can use those EEs to blow up all those eyeballs on the screen at once, and you're likely to get an energy recovery item. And what's the trick for this corridor? I might need to use a... this was the one where you had to set the weapon to no use, where you don't use a special weapon, and then you press the A button, and then you'll open that hatch. But yeah, anytime you see that flashing indicator that there's going to be a capsule that you can shoot for energy recovery, definitely get those energy recovery items whenever you can. There I got a triangle key. We're going to take a look at Area 9 here. And there's the killer already been chewed gum. But one energy eraser will take them all out. That energy eraser is my best friend in this game. We're just gonna look at snippets of the rest of the game. like I said, it's such a long adventure that I couldn't possibly do a full playthrough. Yeah, there's a maximum of, what was it, 7 shield icons you can collect for good defense, a maximum of 5 rapid fire icons that you can pick up for a wider and faster shot. There are a maximum of 4 gun icons for the best offense that you can get. Yeah, some of these stages, I hate those ice cubes. They follow you and they take forever to destroy, and then all the while I'm dealing with them, there are these mechs that hop around and shoot these damaging lasers. Yeah, this stage is a real pain in the butt. And I hate those things that break off into a ring of pellets or whatever that is and follow you. Super damaging. God, what a pain in the butt. Yeah, sometimes the path to the boss is harder than the boss itself, and there's a code AAXTIUNY on the Game Genie that gives you invincibility. And I'm going to use it from this point on. Very, very, very helpful code. And there was an energy tank that I picked up that refills your entire energy meter. And again, the energy meter can be maxed out at number 32. And yeah, there are point values that will allow you to increase the meter, but not higher than 32. At 30,000 points, 100,000 points, 500,000 points, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, and 9 million. And note that the bat boss from earlier becomes a mini-boss now. And here's a look at Area 10's, one of Area 10's shoot 'em up sequences. Sometimes the action moves really fast, sometimes it moves very slow. It just depends on the corridor that you enter. And some of the enemies take a lot of shots to bring down. Here's a new enemy here. And I'm just gonna go right up to him because I have invincibility. And I want to take him down as quickly as possible. Some of the special weapons will take out their laser projectiles. And sometimes it's good to use a special weapon. A boss might be susceptible to it. But I don't usually use it in the flying sequences. I do use it on the mini-bosses to try to take them out quickly. Especially the ones that try to follow me and touch me. There's some more EEs. Nice. You can never have enough EEs, it seems. And here's another of the pincher boss. It's actually fairly easy other than the fact that he spits out lasers super fast. And then we're back to the Oreos. Yeah, don't mess with the Oreos. They take so long to destroy. And note that I have all the weapons now. This is the final area. Once you've destroyed all the area corridors, I think this is the final area. A new one appears in the main area. Yep, this is the last stage of the whole game. And you will see bosses appear that you've already defeated, and they will be super easy this time around. Ooh, that was fast. Smoked his ass with the fireball special weapon. There will be a super tough final boss at the end of this stage. And then you'll have beaten the Guardian Legend. What a great game this is. Now, notice by this point my my rapid fire option is much wider than before. Here's the pincher boss again. But again, this was created by a company called Complie, and this was licensed to Irem and Broderbund. Great shooter for the NES. There were other games in the Aleste series that were on the NES. Zanak and Gunnak, I think. And again, this one, Guardian Legend, is the first sequel to Gardic, which was on the MSX. Maybe it's the only direct sequel to Gardic. I don't know for sure. I don't know much about the Aleste series. Pay attention to the flight pattern of these boss enemies. It's kind of predictable for a number of them, and you can know where to be, where not to be. But again, this guy shoots a lot of eyeballs, and they are super susceptible to the EE, or enemy eraser weapon. But it is limited, and when you're out, you can't shoot anymore. But there are ways to collect more EEs, and sometimes that'll be in the capsules that the enemies or their projectiles might leave. But yeah, for much of the game you will have no reason to take your thumb off the fire button. Just hold it down for rapid fire shots. Super useful. But we are not far from the final boss of the game, and it is going to take a long time to bring down. And she doesn't transform back to the android form. She has a name, I forget what it is, but she's just known as the Guardian Legend in this. And the planet blows up, but you still have to face a final boss in space. And it'll, like I said, it'll take forever to destroy, so we're not going to watch the whole fight. I'm going to skip forward partway through. Yeah, this is a great game. If you are looking for just a handful of games to get for the NES, if you have an old NES system, definitely think about picking up the Guardian Legend. Yeah, I still have my invincibility code. So yeah, if you want to use the invincibility code, it's what was it? XX. Ah, crap! Now I can't remember it. Sorry, but it's a very useful code. We're gonna scoot forward in a minute. Once you hurt him enough, he's gonna turn like red or purple or something. But keep looking out for those energy increase capsules, and shoot them once, and pick up whatever icon they leave behind. Sometimes it'll be a blue or red chip. Sometimes it'll be an energy tank, and sometimes it'll be a heart, and sometimes it'll be an EE, enemy eraser. And now we'll see the ending of the Guardian Legend. And there she is. And I guess one of her boots. You are the greatest player. I don't know about that. you will be shown a password that is going to let you play only the flying sequences, and it is simply called TGL. That's all you have to put in for the password is TGL, and you'll do only the flying sequences. But after a number of the flying sequences, well, actually all of the flying sequences, you will get some sort of weapon. You'll get some chips, stuff like that, and you'll get your energy meter increased. But yeah, this was created by a company called Complie and produced or licensed by Irem and Broderbund. And there it says password TGL for the Guardian Legend. The easiest password that you can put down for this game. Because it's only 3 letters instead of, 32? And we're going to do that. Let's put in TGL. Oops, gotta press the, I think it was the A button. There, TGL. End. And yep, we just jump right into the flying sequences. And once you beat a flying sequence, like I said, you get some chip maximum icons. You'll get special weapon added, stuff like that. And we'll scoot forward to that in just a moment. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, I got the rapid fire, I got one of the weapons, and I got a couple of chip maximums, which also increases your life meter. And I got another special weapon. And now on this, there's a trick in the shop. If you have enough chips to buy all those 3 items, then you can rapidly press pause as you go through the items, and you'll be able to pick up each one instead of just one as you normally can. And now we're going to do another password, and this is all J's. Put in all J's, and you go to a weird area. The map is incomplete, and this area is not even on the map yet. You will have almost no energy, but you'll have great defense and attack. See, I'm not even on the map right now, and you won't have enough keys to be able to leave the area, so you're stuck. That kind of sucks. Weird password, though. But that was the Guardian Legend, created by a company called Complie in 1988, and also licensed to Irem and Broderbund. Well, that was game number 15, the Guardian Legend, in my Nintendo Entertainment System 20 From series. Well, I thank you for watching, and I hope you join me for game number 14. Y'all have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.